Hello all, welcome to today's panel discussion on how RFC optimized their Azure Stack Hub Billing with Hybr. I'm Ranjini, part of marketing team at Cloud Asset, and I will be the moderator for the session. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all our participants joining us from different parts of the world. We are delighted to have you here. So, before we begin, we encourage you to actively participate by asking questions in the chat box, and our panelists will address them during the presentation. Also, we have a dedicated Q&A and poll session towards the end of the panel discussion. So, please feel free to use that. Without further delay, let me introduce our panelists for the session. Ayman Mami, Cloud Business Lead at RFC, and Arun, Strategic Growth and Partnerships Manager at Cloud Asset. Now, Arun will take it forward from here.
All right. Thanks, Anthony. Hey, Ayman. How's the day going?
Hi, Aaron. Good. Thank you. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you. All right. Hello, everyone. Again, I'm welcoming you all to this session on Hybr from complexity to simplicity. How RFC optimized their Azure Stack Hub Billing with Hybr. So my name is Arun. I'm part of sales and marketing team at Cloud Asset, the company behind Hybr. So today I am joined by Ayman Mami, who is cloud business lead at RFC. He's been more than a decade working for RFC, and he's here today with us to share his journey about Hybr for Azure Stack Hub Billing. So Ayman, thank you for joining us today. We are very excited to have you here. So can you please, tell us a bit about yourself and RFC?
Sure. Thank you, Aaron, for this invitation. It's my pleasure to participate in this panel discussion about Hybr and the simplicity provided by this solution to build Azure Stack Hub and use it to facilitate the billing of the public cloud based on Azure Stack Hub. So let me first, like you said, introduce myself, Cloud Business Lead at RFC. I've been with the company for 10 years now. RFC is a Microsoft partner based in Tunisia, North Africa, and we are specialized in Azure and specifically in Azure hybrid cloud offering. We have been working with closely with Microsoft on deploying this solution from the early stages.
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. So what were please
go ahead, Aaron.
Right. So what were the main challenges that led you to took a billing solution for Azure Stack Hub system?
Okay, let me first talk to you about how we started using Azure Stack itself and how we discovered it, and then I will move forward to this point of the challenges that faced us. Back in 2017, Microsoft launched Azure Stack Hub. And RFC, we were interested of such solution to become a cloud provider. Originally, we are a system integrator. Company is 20 years old, and we have been deploying private clouds for all our customers. Then, with the launch of Azure, we started reselling and helping customers migrate to Azure. But of course, some customers were having challenges moving to the public cloud, either because of latency or because of data sovereignty and such reasons. So in 2017, we were interested with Azure Stack that was launched by Microsoft, and we have been there in Microsoft Inspire event in Washington back then to explore and discover this solution. So we saw in Azure Stack Hub a good solution that will provide us with the necessary technology and requirement to become a service provider and start providing hosting for our customers on that platform. So at that event, Microsoft Azure Stack was launched, but it wasn't available in all countries. There was a list of countries of availability, and Tunisia, our country, was not on that list. So we had to talk with the product team, Microsoft product team, and we defended our business case, and we had the acceptance of Microsoft to exceptionally get that technology into Tunisia, and we created our new cloud provider business based on that platform. We deployed the solution, and we started selling VMs and services to our customers. Then comes the point of billing, because of course, as a cloud provider, we are doing this to provide services to the customer, and of course, in counterpart, we'll be having payment and invoices. So many customers started asking, we want the same business model or the same billing model as Azure. In Azure, of course, we have the pay-as-you-go with the Azure cost management, and so the customer started asking for that features. Good enough that in the event, the Inspire event, I also met with Aravind from Cloud Assert, who presented for me the billing solution for Azure Stack Hub. By that time, it wasn't yet called Hybr, but it was like a billing solution for Azure Stack Hub, and it was very, very good. It answered the needs of our customers in matter of pay-as-you-go. So when the customers started asking for these features, I came back to Aravind and asked him, let us move forward, let us test the solution. And the solution was 100% fit to the needs that we had in matter of billing Azure Stack Hub.
All right. Yeah, that was very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing your experience journey. It was very cool to know. How did you find that? Find out a solution. You met Aravind and all things. Right.
Yes, that's right. Even when we asked Microsoft product team about this customer need, they also recommended Cloud Assert. They said they are very serious and they have very good solution, and they introduced us again. Like I said, I met Aravind at the booth, but they also recommended you again. So it was like a confirmation for us to go to you on this need.
Sounds good. So would you like to talk about the key features that you appreciate the most in Hybr, the billing solution for Azure Stack Hub?
Sure, of course. Like I said, the customers were asking for pay-as-you-go, so they were asking for granularity in matter of billing. So they wanted to see what did they consume, when did they consume that. So one of the nice, of course, features of the solution is that simplicity and granularity in matter of billing. So we are able to see, each customer is able to see how much resources did he consume, each virtual machine, for example, how many hours that VM ran in that specific day, and then per day for each month. So there is very good per hour granularity in matter of following the billing. So that's very important feature. Another feature is the pricing profiles. So we are able to create multiple pricing profiles. So for example, we have two Azure Stack platform, two region, and each region, each data center have its own pricing profile, because for example, one of the platform is full flash SSD and the other is a hybrid, so we don't have the same cost, and of course we'll not be selling that on the same price. So we are able to create a price for storage and price for VM for each data center part, and we are able to bill each customer on their respective hosting location. So if this customer have location one will be paid, will be paying the billing according to price list of that location. And if the customer is having deployments on mix on the two regions, we can also aggregate the billing from those two regions and present it as one unique invoice for that customer. And that's also a very important feature of Hybr, that it supports multi-region, multi-Azure Stack Hub. So we are able to extract the billing information from all our Azure Stack Hub and present that on the self-service portal, which is also another good feature of Hybr, providing the customer with web cloud-based SaaS self-service portal, which presents to the customer all the requirements that he needs to see his billing of all his resources deployed on Azure Stack Hub of our Azure Stack Hub. So those features add to it. Another feature of reporting, for example, we are able to extract billing information into an Excel sheet, which allow us to manipulate that Excel sheet, or we can also share it with the customer for reasons. We can use that into Power BI if we need. So that Excel sheet is also interesting to manipulate. There is also some other features like applying discounts. We can also apply value-added taxes if we want. We can also have a user credit feature. That's a nice one. For example, a customer would like to upfront pay and then would like us each month to reduce his consumption from that upfront amount that he paid us. So the user credit feature will allow us to create that amount like money in his credit, and then start applying his consumption on that credit. So like I said, it's a very rich solution with many features that answered our customers' needs.
Right. Yeah, this sounds really great, very insightful and informative for the audiences. Yeah, I understand that Hybr truly cloudifies your Azure Stack Hub, enabling Azure like billing experience to Azure Stack Hub customers. Right. So it helps you to charge back your customers on different pricing models, be it pay as you go or like Azure like billing based on the customer's utilization or a fixed fee model. Yeah, this is really great. Whatever you said, I believe not only for me, even for the audiences, creates curiosity to see how the product works in action. So would it be possible for you to demonstrate the billing solution, that you use for Azure Stack Hub for the audience?
Sure, with pleasure, Aaron. I will try to present from a live portal what we are using in matter of features, like the main feature that we are using today for our production environment. So confirm to me that you see my screen. I just shared it.
Yep, I can see the screen.
Okay, perfect. So Perfect. So as you know, there is two portals. So there is the admin portal, which is this one, and the tenant portal, which is to end customer. So the admin portal, like you see here, is in software as a service. So it's hosted by the Cloud Assert team. So we don't have to get any server, any VM on our cloud or our premises. So we are access this via web in self-service in matter of hosting. So then I access on this portal or my colleagues, cloud operator or our account managers, sales team. So they access this portal to see the billing of our customer. So I end up in the dashboard. So here is the dashboard of the Cloud Assert Billing for Azure Stack Hub. So I will start by seeing the number of tenants or customers that I have on my platform in matter of customer tenants. Then I will see the subscription. For example, I have customers that have multiple subscriptions. I have customers that have one subscriptions. So this will provide me the total number of subscription that I have on my solution. It will also provide the current billing amount, total current billing amount of all my customers for this month, and the projected for the end of the month. Let's say there's 3 days or 2 days left on this month. So it will provide the projection that will be on the rest of the month. It also talks about CSP license, but it's not something that we are using today. So this is monthly trends, and also is interesting because it compares the current month with the last month. So in matter of sales strategy, we are able to see if we are doing growth or if we are losing customers or if we are losing business. So it's very interesting, of course, to see that we are maintaining almost the same trend, or at other times we are growing in matter of billing. So that's also interesting feature or let's say presentation on the dashboard to see all this information. We can also see more months in the billing cycle. Here we have a view on 6 months based. So of course there is some changes in some customers. For example, here we had a big customer that were using pay-as-you-go, then switched to a fixed fee model. So that's why we removed that customer from the dashboard. So it's not a matter of us losing a customer, but it's just that one customer, big customer, switched to a fixed fee model with our hosting offering. But here, like I said, we have the ability to see for 6 month range the total amounts of billing that we are doing to all our customer, and this will, like I said, from a sales perspective, help us follow the trend of our hosting business. So then I could drill down a bit more into details. I will start with the pricing in matter of chronology for the presentation. So the pricing is the base that we use to bill our customers. So for example, here I have 2 pricing profiles. So each pricing profile is related to one data center. So here my pricing profile for my first data center, and I create the prices as I want. I can have the template from Cloud Assert, which is aligned on Microsoft Azure Public Cloud, and then I could change it. So I could bill each resources granularly with granularity. So I can build the capacity storage, the VM sizes. So each VM sizes I can put a price on it. So to be able to track all the resources that the customer could create on the Azure Stack Hub, and then bill the right amounts for each resources. So like I said, we have 2 billing price profile. So this is for the second data center, and same thing, we'll be putting the price. But like I said, there is a difference for us from matter of business need in matter of pricing storage. So we have the flexibility to create two price profile and put the correct price on each region. Once we have the price profile, then we can start creating customers. So we declare those customers or create those customers on the portal to give them access to the billing portal. So I create the customer and put its name, create the user that will be created on Azure Active Directory. So also another advantage that I don't have to manage or maintain a database of login and passwords. Is used via Azure Active Directory. So I create, like I said, the customer name, for example, let's say Cloud Cert. Then I will be applying one of the two pricing profile. It's called offer here. We'll talk about it later. So I will apply, for example, the pricing profile, and then, for example, I will put the email for the contact on that customer. Also, I can put the country, and then I could create the login and password. So actually the login, and then the customer will create his password when he has the email sent to him in matter of access. So after I create that customer, so I am able to manage the users, of course, the access user for the customer. So I'd be able to activate, deactivate, add or more users for the customer. Once that customer have access to the portal, I will be mapping his Azure Stack Hub subscription to the Hybr solution. That way, the customer will be able to see how much billing he have on that particular subscription. So the mapping subscription is also interesting because it will show me not only the subscription that are mapped and the ones that we are, let's say, already billing, but it also show me the ones that are not mapped. For example, it will say, you have a customer that you just imported on your stack and you are not following that customer billing. So if you want, we can map that. That way we will be able to track the customer billing and we'll be able to invoice him. So also that's something interesting. So once we have done all the configuration needed for the customer billing, we'll be able to see each customer consumption. So for example, here I have, I went back to the billing view and went to subscription. So here the currency, like I said, we are able to use, and we configured the currency in Tunisian dinar, which is the local Tunisian currency, something that the customers like to see his billing in his local currency. So here, of course, we have the history of months that we have been using Hybr to bill our customers. So, for example, if I go back to August, we'll see the consumption of my customer on August. So also another interesting feature, I will be able to sort those customers by total cost or by company name or but by whatever let's say information I want. So for example, here I will have my biggest customers sorted in matter of total cost, and then I will be able to see the consumption of each one of them. Then after that, I can drill to the details if I want to see per resource type how much that customer consumed for that specific month. If I want more details and want to see VM by VM, resource by resource, I'm able to see that from the report view. So I can go the same, go to August, sort again. So go back to the same customer, and I will be able to see download meter usage. So this will download a CSV file with all the details of the billing of that customer for that specific month. So this file will be providing all the information for us or for the end customer to see all his consumption, like I said, hour per hour, resource by resource. So I'll be like sorting a bit this file to be more visible. So I will organize it just a little bit. It's in French, so hopefully it's not an issue. Okay, so for example, let me clear this a bit. Could hide a few that I don't need. Okay, so it will provide the subscription ID for that customer. That way I can verify and the customer can double check that his consumption is related to him. Of course, it's Azure Stack based consumption. It will provide the type of the resources, if it's network, if it's storage, or if it's compute. So that's the service type. So that's something, let's say the main organization of resources. Then there is another more granular organization, which is the metered resource name. So we will see per VM type, per disk. For example, the customer could go and say how many VM I have on the DS3 V2. So he will see all his VM on that VM size. So this is also something interesting, matter of visibility. So we also have the resource name, of course, the name of the VM or the disk, etc., which is the identifier of each resources. We also extract the resource group. So if a customer have his resource organized per resource group on his Azure Stack tenant, so we will see those resource groups. And something also interesting, which is a new feature that have been added on Hybr recently by the Cloud team, is the ARM tags. So if a customer have organized his resources based on Microsoft Azure Stack ARM, so we'll be able to see those ARM tags here in the extract. So for example, here I have a group of companies that decided for business need reason to share the same subscription. So they have their ERP and they use the same ERP. So they wanted to share the subscription. Usually each company have its own subscription, so we don't have any issue separating billing, but this specific customer has a specific business need to host two companies. It's a group of companies to host those two companies on the same subscription. So billing them separately were not at all easy without Hybr. So with Hybr and specifically with this feature, we are able to ask the customer to each one of them tag his resources with his name on the ARM. So then I will just filter on that ARM tag for the customer, first customer name. This is a chain of supermarkets. So one of the supermarkets, Géant, the other is Monoprix. So we'll filter on that and see the resources related only to that ARM tag. So it can be departments in many other, let's say, companies, can be department, and each department can have its tag, can be development environment, production environment, etc. So tags can also be used in many ways. Of course, we'll have the dates. So for each day, the consumption per day of the month, will be seeing the number of hours that the resource have been used. For example, this disk, of course, it's 24 hours. For example, the VM, 24 hours. We have this customer that is using Azure automation to start and stop his VMs on Azure Stack Hub to optimize consumption. So, for example, you can see that not all VMs are running 24 hours. And this is also tracked by Hybr. As you can see, for example, this VM run 8 hours per day, which is also interesting for the customer to be on the pay-as-you-go model. Of course, this is, like I said, in French. So in Excel sheet, this is comma separated. So I can just fix that very quickly because I'm using Excel in a French version, not an English version. So, and here I will be seeing the amount. Chinese engineer have 3 decimal after the comma, and this is of course a number. So here I will be seeing the total cost. And for example, we said this was like 19,000 something. So of course I will find the total of 19,000 something in the Excel sheet. So like I said, day by day, resource by resource. So this is very, very interesting and granular exposition of the pricing of each customer, and help us a lot when trying to do the invoicing of the customer. We give them an invoice. The customer just have this file. It's a justification that he used the right amount that we have invoiced by our sales team. So like I said, very interesting, very rich features in Hybr, in matter of reporting, in matter of following the consumption, the pricing profile, the user credit. Like I said, we can create a user credit and put a prepaid amount, and then the customer will be using from that prepaying amount. So also ability to personalize. If you want the currency, we can personalize the VAT amount if you want to apply a VAT or not. For example, we are not applying the tax on our business model here because we are applying that on our ERP system, but also it's something that can be done in Hybr. We can even simulate invoice on Hybr. That's something that can be done also, and have a simulated invoice before creating the final invoice on our ERP. We even have a price calculator. We can start by creating some simulation, and then we could share that simulation with the customer. So something that our team started exploring. I'm still not very familiar with it, but it's very easy to use, as you can see. So I'll be able to, for example, choose a VM, and then we'll have the price. And that price, something is important, is extracted directly from our pricing profile. It's not something that is taken from Azure or public cloud or something. It's get directly from our price, so it will be a very correct and very precise pricing estimation that can be used by our sales executive to present financial offer to some customer. So this is mainly, let's say, the features that I wanted to share with you. And of course, if you have some question or something that is missing, just tell me and I will talk about it.
Sure. Thank you, Ayman, first of all, for your excellent demo presentation of Hybr Billing for Azure Stack Hub. You have shown, really how Hybr Billing can help you manage, automate your billing for Azure Stack Hub system with ease and efficiency. So, we truly appreciate your time and effort in sharing your experience and feedback with us. You have done a great job. Thank you.
With pleasure.
Right. So now I would like to ask you, some more questions to learn more about your journey, and even that will help the audiences to better use the Azure Stack Hub system. So would you like to share some of the best practices or tips with our audiences here who are here for new or already using Azure Stack Hub today?
Yes, of course. One of the things about Azure Stack Hub is it's an integrated solution, right? So you get it from Microsoft with all the features, all in one, key in hand solution. But it's important to know that some features are not out of the box. For example, networking is not out of the box. You need to create and configure your border network with your switches, your routers, and firewalls, etc. So there is some expertise in networking needed to create your own cloud provider network before having the installation of Azure Stack. So that's something important to know. Another thing important to know, that backup is not by default included. I'm talking about tenants resources backup. So you need an external or third-party backup solution that will be providing your customers with backup. For example, we chose Commvault as our partner, and we provide self-service backup to our customer through Commvault. Another thing that is important is billing, of course, and the solution itself doesn't have a billing feature. It have usage metrics features, and that's a big difference, because using the raw usage metrics and then trying to put a price on it, it's not at all easy to do manually. So it's important to consider having a billing solution to deploy since the beginning of the business, and work on your pricing profile, on your sales strategy since the beginning, because adding that later will not be that easy as creating that since the beginning. So I encourage all the service providers that are planning or are starting doing business using Azure Stack Hub to consider those three things since the beginning: the network, the backup, and the billing solution, to not be in this position of having opportunity of customers and not being able to respond to them quickly.
Great. So I do have other few set of questions to ask you. Are you ready to continue, Ayman?
Yes, sure, of course, with pleasure. No worries.
Great. Thanks for that. So would you like to share us how do you measure the the success, the return on investment of using Hybr for Azure Stack Hub?
Yeah, sure, of course. Actually, I will answer this one with two answers. I will say the measure of success of the solution on my career, and also, of course, on the company business. Back in 2017, I was a pre-sales engineer, and I went to Inspire, discovered the solution, and then evolved with that solution, with the customer, with the company, becoming service provider. So progressively, I owned the business, and today I became the director of the cloud business for RFC. So that's something, let's say, that accelerated my evolution in the company. Of course, the company itself had a major transformation, because we have been system integrator. Today we are MSP. We have our own cloud platform using Azure Stack Hub. We have two platforms, actually, like I said, two data center, and we created a dedicated new business unit. And today we have a very good, let's say, revenue, very growing revenue. Each year we have doubled the revenue for the hosting on Azure Stack Hub. So we have 100% growth rate each year. So it's something very important and very promising on our business, cloud business. Not only the revenue coming directly from this Azure Stack Hub hosting business, there is also other revenues and other, let's say, business impact. For example, our Azure public cloud business grow also very fast because some customers knew about RFC through this expertise on Azure Stack Hub, and for some reason they are okay with Azure Public Cloud, so they came to us for Azure Public Cloud. So we have been selling more Azure Public Cloud. We have been selling more expertise. We just became a Microsoft Advanced Specialized on Azure Hybrid, which is the highest recognition of Microsoft in Azure Hybrid partnership specialization. We also almost reached the Azure MSP Expert, which is the highest level of partnership on Azure globally. So Azure MSP Expert in matter of certification. So like I said, Azure Stack Hub grow our business exponentially. And Hybr, of course, behind, because without Hybr, we'll never been able to reach this results, because, like I said, it's a necessary tool for us to do the billing, and without billing, you cannot sell. We cannot invoice. So, of course, Hybr with Azure Stack Hub created our new, it's not a new anymore because it has been launched for like now 5 years, have been in production, or 4 or 5 years. So, but our cloud provider business is based mainly on Azure Stack Hub and Hybr.
Wow, that's an impressive career progression, Ayman. You have shown a lot of dedication, hard work, and skill to raise from an intern junior level to the level that you are now in RFC. I believe you must have learned a lot and contributed a lot to your company as well as to your customers in the past decade. So we are honored to have you as a customer and a partner for the center. So congratulations again, on your achievements and success.
Thank you, Aaron.
I hope you will continue to achieve more and more your goals and dreams, and keep growing and learning.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Aaron. It's a pleasure to have this partnership with you. You have been very helpful.
Thank you. So would you like to share us some of the future plans that you have for Azure Stack Hub and Hybr?
Yes, sure. Future plans, of course, we have an extension coming up in matter of capacity. So we probably will be buying a new Azure Stack Hub next year to extend the hosting capacity to be able to host more customers. We are also growing the professional service offering outside of Tunisia. We did have one opportunity, actually, that have been brought to us by Cloud Assert in Libya, and we deployed the Azure Stack Hub with that customer in Libya. We have been also working in Morocco with a local Morocco company to manage and help them use that Azure Stack Hub. We have been talking in Algeria, also another neighbor country of Tunisia to have Azure Stack Hub business with a local Algerian company. So mostly we are growing, like I said, our professional services, deployment support, and managed services of Azure Stack Hub worldwide, mainly in Africa, France, Europe. So we also just opened our new office in France to provide services in Europe. So like I said, on two sides, we'll be extending our hosting capacities and we'll be extending our professional service capacity around Azure Stack Hub. In matter of Hybr, of course, we are using it more and more. We started providing self-service access to the tenant portal to some customers. I saw a question, I think, in the chat about that. Of course, there is the tenant portal, and the customer are able to access from that self-service portal directly their consumption. They can see the trend design, they can see their consumption, and they are able to track by themselves. So we started providing that access to our customers. We are every day, every time trying to better configure the solution and better provide more visibility and go back to Cloud itself, provide feedback. They also are very quickly and very responsive in matter of feedback. So we are trying to give the customer the best user experience, the best possible user experience. And one of the future plans, of course, is something that's not confirmed yet with the Cloud itself, but something that we would like to see is to add other solutions into the billing, in the Hybr Billing. Of course, today you know that Hybr is not Azure Stack Hub only; it supports other solutions. So we are using, for example, the backup as a service. It could be nice to see the billing centralized via Hybr of our backup as a service solution. Not only Azure Stack Hub, there is storage also coming up. We could be providing S3 storage, and that's something also can be added into Hybr to track the S3 storage on our cloud offering. So I think there is a lot of work we'll be doing together. And like I said, Hybr for us is an important solution that we cannot separate from.
Right, that's wonderful to hear, right? So you said you are working with customers not only in Tunisia, outside of Tunisia, Morocco, Libya, so on, and you have opened a new office in France. So that's really good to know. So we are glad that Hybr can support you in your global expansion and help you manage your Azure Stack Hub Billing across the regions for your customers. So we are definitely very excited to see what you will achieve next with Hybr and Azure Stack Hub. Congratulations on your success and growth.
Thank you.
Right. So I think it's good to see, do we have any questions or comments from the audiences before we proceed with other set of questions? So do we have any questions, team? Ranjani, Praveen?
Yes, Arun. Actually, we do have several questions. Let's start the first one. So, is it possible for my customers to access their billing information through a portal? So, I hope Praveen can answer this. Yeah, Praveen, can you introduce yourself and show how the end customer experience looks?
Yeah, sure, Prashant. So my name is Praveen. I'm part of business development team at Cloud Asset. So I'm happy to help you understand how the end customer experience looks. I'm trying to share my screen, Prashant. Please confirm if you're able to view it.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Awesome. There we go. So this is the Hybr end customer experience, where, as I mentioned about the administrator portal or operators portal, your customers will also get a separate portal to see their usage information, understand their corresponding billing, and get to see their reports, invoices, whatnot, right from their customer portal itself. So this is the customer portal actually. So I'm under the home screen. So here they could understand high-level information about what are their current month cost and estimated cost and total billable amount. And it will help them understand the last 6 month past history. So it will provide some insights for the end customers to understand what are their consumptions. And so it is a forecasted value trend where it helps them understand. So what is their current amount for the particular date and what would be their amount for end of the month. So it definitely helps customers to understand how the trend goes for their usage consumptions. And once the customer navigate to billing, so I'm just quickly navigate to the billing part. So here they get to see what are their subscriptions are and what are their corresponding total cost after credits and tax and total billable amount. And they can also filter their billing period and see the corresponding cost information. So just drill down into one of the subscription that I have in this account. So it shows the insight about their Azure Stack Hub consumptions in a donut chart view. What are their utilization and what is their corresponding cost. So it provides the detailed information of their usages, and they can also view their billing history, and they could also view their units for the corresponding usages and associated cost for it. Right. So I believe this is definitely helpful for the end customers to understand their trend and the cost information. And this is the history view where they can move on to the history tab. As Simon showed from the admin portal, the end customer can also view their history and download their user information in a CSV format. They can download and view and understand what are their line item cost and detailed information. And they can also view their invoices right from this tab, invoices. They can drill down into it and see it. They can download in a PDF format. Okay, so maybe I'll try to bring one of the invoice for Azure Stack Hub. So this is the Azure Stack Hub invoice where your customers get to see their invoice summary and their detailed information about their consumptions. So what are their consumptions that we tracked here? And they get to see the compute, network, storage, and total cost. So the invoice format will be completely customizable based on the business needs. And this is how standard format looks, and your customers can download from their portal and view it right from here. So this is how the end customer portal looks. Prashant, hope this helps customers.
Yes, definitely, Praveen. So thank you so much for sharing that end customer or tenant portal experience. So we do have the second question, like, is Hybr white label solution? Arun, can you explain?
Oh yeah, sure. Yes, Hybr is a white labeled solution, multi-tenant, multi-cloud management platform. So today we offer it in two ways, purely as a SaaS model, deploying Hybr it in cloud asset Azure subscription, or be it in your Azure subscription if you wish to have all things in your own Azure subscription to make sure everything is resides in your cloud.
All right.
If not,
Thank you.
otherwise, for government customers or other customers for data sovereignty reasons, Azure may not be, have a presence in their country. For such cases, we deploy Hybr at their on-premises, and they can use it as an on-prem solution.
Okay. So can we track more than one Azure Stack Hub consumption? There is another question.
Good question, Prashant. Yes, it doesn't matter you have single Azure Stack Hub stamp or multiple stamps. You can have Hybr, a centralized billing portal to manage all your multiple Azure Stack Hub stamp instances and be able to track the resource utilization across all your customer subscriptions across different steps.
All right. Thank you so much. So I think let's move on to the pool session. So Ranjani, can you share the screen and you can?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So now without further delay, we can step on to the pool session. Questions will be displayed on the screen for 1 minute. Please take your time and share your opinion on the chat box. These questions are for survey purpose and the responses will help us to make future improvements. So the first question is, how will you do billing for customers? So we can move to the next question. How long have you been running Azure Stack Hub in prod? Moving to the next question. So, how many customers do you have in Azure Stack Hub? So, then fourth question will be, how many Azure Stack Hub stamps do you have today? So, the last question will be, what challenges are you facing in Azure Stack Hub? You can drop your answers in the chat box. So, I hope you all have dropped the answers. Shall we move to the next part?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you can.
Okay. So I guess most of the questions are already answered. And if you have any other questions, you can drop down in the chat box. So it looks like we have answered most of the questions. So
Yeah, thanks, Ranjani, for the efforts.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining us here. Sharing the questions and comments. We really appreciate your feedback and interest. Thank you, Ayman. We are very grateful for your valuable time and participation in this session. You shared us, great insights and feedback on how Hybr has helped you manage automate billing for Azure Stack Hub. So long story short, the takeaway is, instead of having a report from Microsoft at end of the month and then transforming the cost to your end customers by sharing it over email or other mediums. So you can use Hybr as an end-to-end billing solution for Azure Stack Hub that allows both administrator and the end users, tenants, to see the ongoing resource utilization and its associated cost against the subscriptions. And this is what Azure Public Cloud offers today. And our goal is to bring the same kind of experience for people who use Azure Stack Hub today. So thanks, Ayman. Thanks for being a supportive customer come partner of Hybr at Cloud Asset. So we look forward to continuing our partnership and collaboration with you and RFC in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aaron. It was my pleasure to be part of this panel.
Cool.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate your presence and we invite you to stay connected with us by visiting our website and following us on social media to receive updates on future endeavors. And please write back your feedback at info@cloudasset.com. Thank you.